Warning. It is the opinion of the 4th Street Productions LLC and the Working Perspectives podcast that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You have been warned, so if you decide to listen to the recording, then don't complain about the language.
Matt, I'm going to tell you something because you're my friend and I care about you. You're waking up early. You gotta rotate or something. Like some nights you gotta get some sleep, man. If you're doing smell installs to stay up and stuff at 8:47, you gotta get some sleep, brother.
You're not wrong, sir. And I appreciate that as a friend. I do. I really do. But yeah. Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, living real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Strong Stem Steve Cabot, Lasmeeshma Liam Reese, and the bad boy Bern Podcasy, Bern Podcasy. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can also on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Strong Stem, how we doing? Bay.
Listen, sometimes you just got to fucking grab your stem, bulldog your nuts, and fucking pump through it. And here it is.
Amen, brother. The Schmoosh, how are you?
I'm great, man. Never better. Ever.
Yeah. Glad to hear. Bad boy Benoit Podcasy, Bern Podcasy. Let me have it, my man.
I mean, sometimes you just got to grab your nuts and bulldog your stem and just power through it, man.
Amen, brother. Amen. Speaking of bulldogging your stem, this is the Working Perspectives podcast. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. We're just sharing. Working perspectives.
All right. On the show today, we're going to be bringing you topics from around the globe. A couple of headlines. The headlines are going to be broken into 3 different categories. The 3 different categories are Stupid Is as Stupid Does, Incredibly Incredible, and Sports and Speds. But before we get to that, I just want to say on the show this week, on the Tuesday show, we aired the Shawn Williams episode. I'll tell you, a lot of good response from this. Really critically acclaimed, I guess you would say. But really well received, really good show, really informative. Really liked having this guy on. Super excited to get him back. Really, and it was a live shoot with me and Rich at the gym, a more intimate setting, but a lot of fun and super good guy to have on. And then next week on the show, we're planning on airing the Ryan Payton episode. So looking forward to that. Think that's going to be a lot of fun. Ryan Payton, LC grad. We went to school with him, buddy of mine. Lived with him in Manayunk for a while. Dude, crazy life. He was a junior in high school. And for the summer, his dad got him a job where he flew to Quebec. Then he drove 27 hours above Quebec on a gravel road.
To Santa Claus?
Yeah, pretty much. Then he got on a plane and flew to, I think it's St. James Bay, which is way up there. and then he worked at like a campground, like a hunting campground for that summer, and it only snowed twice.
Hunting what? Or fucking whales and grizzly bears? Jesus Christ.
Caribou, apparently. And he
Jesus
Caribou?
Christ,
Yeah.
yo.
And he does have an incredible story about a run-in with a 250-pound wolf. So
You mean the biggest dog God has created with the best bite?
basically
Yeah.
a dire wolf.
Jesus
How big was the
Christ.
wolf?
250.
He was in the true
Jesus.
north, this guy.
Yeah. That's a real gray wolf. We ain't talking about that Jon Snow bitch wolf. We talking about the real wolf.
What up? What up, Steve?
Whoa,
Steve, you watching Game of Thrones? What's up?
Yeah, Steve, what are you referencing here? All right. But
He
either
watched
way-
a little TV.
Oh shit. Okay, but let's keep it going. So let's get to it. So we're gonna start off with stupid is as stupid does. Steve, I'm going to you. What headline do you have for stupid is as stupid does? Let me have it.
If you can't already tell by my face, there's not a lot of fucking to be said about this. It's just so fucking stupid.
Love it.
There's a company in the UK called Feel. That's called Feel Complete, right? So they're a gut health company. They help you with like your everything that's going on in your stomach, because like most people said, or well, experts, I shouldn't say most people, experts say that a lot of like people's mood swings, depression, anger, all that shit comes out of the biodiversity in your gut, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important to have, like, you know, with all now probiotics has gotten, once it gets a little into the meaty, or I should say into the industrial side, gets a little dicey, right?
Yeah.
But so these guys are trying to hire a professional shit smeller. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to let it go. So there's a 6-month intern where you'll get paid approximately $2,000 a month to
What?
smell shit all day for 6 months, right? But it's not just smelling shit. It's also looking at shit, feeling shit, and
Oh my God,
recognizing shit, right? Because by the color, if it floats, if it sinks, if it's solid, if it's hard, if it's soft, if it's they can tell everything about what's going on in your body through your gut, of course.
Everything
So
goes
they're
down.
trying to entice people in the UK to spend 6 months of their life sticking shit to their nose and looking at other people's shit.
I mean,
You know,
for
what the fuck, man?
It's gonna be what, $12,000 before taxes?
Yeah,
Like,
I was about to say, like, so it's
Fuck off.
$2,000. Is that before taxes or after taxes? Because
And they did that, and they
that
did say they're gonna hire 5 people, and they did not specify what the pay is of the position, but they did tell you what you will get paid to be a I don't fucking know, a contestant. Is this the shittiest show,
I mean,
game
well,
show ever?
you
It's
know,
like
what-
a shit sommelier. Like what's the like what's the deal?
I was thinking of is it like a shit technician? Yeah. whatever.
What are the ranks there? You know,
Sommelier?
like-
It's an expert. Calm down. Now, in the picture of the actual Feel Good Gut Company, did they show a person holding a vial and sniffing it because someone, I guess, I don't know, puts their feces in a fucking crack
oh my
vial?
God, dude.
So that now my mind, I'm an asshole. So now my mind's spinning. I'm like, did someone slice up that shit to slide it in that little
God
crack vial?
damn,
Because like,
God damn.
there's no way anyone, you didn't get like a mega midget. The Keebler elf didn't take a shit in that vial. I can't understand. So there's so many different things. This company seems shitty to me.
Yeah.
They suck it up with one of them like turkey baster Johns and then put it in the test tube.
God. Dude, you know what I think would be hilarious? If I would love to just listen to a conversation of like 2 guys that have this job and they're on their lunch break and they're like, dude, could you imagine, like, did you see specimen C today? Oh my God. And then the other guy's like, oh, you should have seen my specimen A. It was like, that's a way to start your morning. God,
I like,
you know,
I think about one of those guys works AM and one works PM, so they just see each other at the clock out every day. Like, hey man, got some,
Yeah,
I got some serious
today.
business in there waiting for you, man. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
bud.
Trying to get through
Yeah.
it, but
And do you wear like a Dickies overall one piece? Like, how do I dress to this event? Like, what do we do? You know what I
I'd
mean?
wear
you're
the
in a
Homer Sim-
hazmat.
Yeah, you got to wear the Homer
Yeah.
Simpson suit. Dude.
yeah, I was gonna say like
Fucking
Doc
hazmat.
Brown in Back to the Future, man. I want
They-
the whole nuclear suit
they-
with the helmet.
They see me coming in like ET, like I'm about to operate on ET through the fucking tunnel.
Damn, dude. Damn. I mean, you know, fuck, man. I wonder if there has been a shit sommelier in history
Now-
before and we just don't know.
I do want to say this before I end, before we get moved on. There is a real science to gut health. As funny as this is, these people might be on, you know, the tip of what's going on because,
right.
but it's still absolutely ludicrous when I see the fucking pictures and subtitles of if you smell shit in a vial and learn how the consistency of shit feels in your gloved hand. I hope gloved hand in your gloved hand, and they figure it all out. Like
Not for the real pros.
There's a big difference between like a botanist / scientist who's researching this,
and
like
a guy who smells my
dissecting,
turds.
and then a guy who has a bachelor's degree in literature being like, I mean, it looks
Hey.
heavy. Oh
Come
shit!
on.
Sorry,
I'm sitting
Bern.
right here.
Sorry,
Son of a
but
bitch.
yeah, there's a
It's
big
a
difference
Villanova
between-
grad smelling turds.
Yeah, and honestly, what does it pay?
Say less. I'm in. Let's go, Bern.
Yeah.
$12.50 an hour it comes out to.
I'm out. I'm out.
Wow.
Me and Bern are
I'm
out.
out. I
We're
think I'm
out.
out. I
Yeah,
think
we're
I'm
out.
out.
We're out.
It
We're
better
out.
come
Yeah.
with full bennies. Tell you that.
And when I
But-
say Benny's, Lin better be in the back room.
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
show. You know what I mean?
Yeesh.
Maybe cut that.
I
12
mean,
$12.50 an hour.
to
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
get a big old whiff of yeah. So okay, let's keep it moving.
'Cause that
I mean,
shit sucked.
Yeah, that was some pretty shitty stuff.
I mean, growth industry though. It's not like people are going to stop shit.
Hey, and
you know,
these people are complaining about not having jobs.
Hey,
There's fucking all kinds of shitty jobs out there.
I
all
agree.
right?
And Bern, I think couldn't have hit the fucking nail on the head harder with. It's not like you're gonna run out of business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
man.
like-
You
it's
know?
not like you're gonna run out of
Always
business.
be in business. That's the truth. Nice. Okay. Lasmeeshma. What do you got for stupid is as stupid does?
Going to a place
right.
called Libertyville, Illinois.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So Volkswagen wouldn't help locate a car with an
I saw
abducted child in it because the GPS subscription had expired.
Oh,
Oh.
I would
So-
fucking kill that person.
oof.
So this lady was loading her kids into the car. She brought one kid inside, left the other kid out in the car. A white BMW pulls up. Dude jumps out, jumps into the, because she left it running, jumps into the front seat, takes off with the car, and it's got her 2-year-old kid in the back. Dude, this car ran the lady over. She was trying to run to like catch him, and they like ran her foot or legs over. She had to go to the hospital and everything. So they use like a third party. It's called Car Net Service. It's who handles their GPS stuff. So when this detective called this service, they wouldn't release like the GPS coordinates. They wouldn't reactivate the device until someone gave them $150.
Jesus
Because it was like it was a brand new car, so it was like, you know, you get like the trial, but if you don't activate
right,
the
yeah.
trial,
Or
yeah.
GPS and Sirius XM just ran out, and they're like, sorry.
Dude,
Fucking-
wow. That is unreal. That, I mean, you know what that is? You know what that is? It's this person, whoever's working at Volkswagen on the phone, right? They're so like they're one of those people that if they don't
robot.
have it, if they don't have it
Yeah.
set out, like this is exactly what we
It's a
have
robot.
to do,
Yeah,
right?
it's a robot.
Then like they can't problem solve or think for themselves.
Zero.
Like, this fucking idiot. Oh my god.
If someone tells you there's a 2-year-old abducted, would
There's
you
no-
even care if you lost your job by
Correct.
giving them the coordinates?
correct.
Who the fuck
Yes.
cares?
Yes.
Now-
And what's the scam there? Like, what do you think? Who's like, if you're there, like, oh no, this is old scam right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
The old my children have been kidnapped
Yeah.
scam. Like,
We got another caller saying they abducted a toddler again.
Yeah,
You
who's
believe
making out
this,
on that?
Jerry? Yeah, come on.
So the
And now-
detectives, sorry, go ahead.
Go,
No,
go,
ahead,
go,
Liam.
go.
Bust it,
The-
Liam.
the- so by the time the detectives paid the $150, they dished the money out. But by the
The
time
detective- The detectives did?
so by the time they finally paid the $150 and everything, luckily the child in the car had been located by other means. You know what I mean? Like they put bulletins out and everything. So
Amen.
luckily this story does kind of have a happy ending. They found
Right.
the kid in the car and everything. Kid's safe. Mom's still in the hospital and everything, but they found the kid, thank God. But,
Now-
Jesus.
Now, I just
Where was this at, Liam? What
Illinois.
yeah, Libertyville, Illinois,
Okay.
Lake County Sheriff's Department was
Now,
the detectives that were trying
I
to.
just want to add a little bit of my expertise into this, right? I want to let you people know who Volkswagen is. For those of you that don't know, it's one of the most fraudulent billionaire companies there is in the auto industry. They did some wild shit with cars for a long
with
time.
emissions, right? With their emissions?
That I clearly saw every day, but apparently they told the government it was not a thing. And every mechanic on this planet was like, "Oh no, they're lying. This piece of shit, they're lying." And then
Wasn't
it finally
it?
came out, and yes, it was the emissions thing. They were supposed to be
Yeah. Okay.
ULEV, ultra low emissions vehicle. And they claim this forever. Honda also claims this. Honda actually does it because Honda's just Honda. They fuck. Honda fucks.
Yeah.
So they were like saying they were these great, incredibly clean machines, and they did all this great shit for global warming. It was the exact opposite. They had chips in there that were fudging the data. And these new cars, everything runs off almost like a laptop. So, of course, when people put it in, it said it was doing fantastic. But when they took a physical test, someone finally went, you know what, this is bullshit. Every mechanic on the planet knew it. But someone went, this is bullshit.
It wasn't even
like
it
was the opposite.
It was
the opposite.
It was
a
so it was
scam.
blatant. Yeah.
The worst cars for the atmosphere on the planet.
Wait, Steve,
were
you could tell
Volkswagens.
when you did like emissions test, you're like, oh, this thing's
Wow.
blowing
No,
out like carbon.
I could tell when I let it idle in the shop, and I could smell what comes out of the tailpipe because we usually have the doors closed. So I'd like to get high from it. I swear.
Sure.
Or
Yeah,
no,
probably
maybe
not.
it's losing brain cells. I forget. It's one of the two.
Either
but
one.
like, I don't feel like
Makes
opening
the
door
day
and
go
letting
by
the heat out.
quicker.
So sometimes
There you
you
go.
have to let the car idle in there, right? And you could, as far as that joke is, you could smell what a car burning, right? I could smell if it's rich, lean, blah blah blah. It's been a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Immediately, you could smell that there was a ton of shit coming out these exhaust pipes from these cars. I was like, dog, I don't know. It's like that one where, like, you know, just like the last thing, some farts smell like shit, and you're like, all right, it's just a shitty smell. Some of them, you're like, cuz, did you stuff a dead animal in your asshole? Because it's the worst smell I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
That's Volkswagen.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Damn. That's so
Scumbags.
they're blatantly lying about like
Everything.
not harming the environment. Wow. So okay.
Not-
so
You think
not-
they'd be looking
not-
for some good PR, you know?
But not harming the environment, acting like they were better than everyone else. That was the thing.
Okay.
They
I
were
see.
the best, the most clean. We're the most efficient. That's why you should buy us, you tree hugging weirdo.
And they made a ton of money off it too.
It was the
Total
exact
scam.
opposite. The exact opposite.
Damn. So Liam, just to confirm, they were able to get the 2-year-old toddler back.
Of
Yeah,
course.
they got
Okay,
they recovered
cool.
the kid and everything.
Thank
Yeah.
God, dude. I mean, fucking. Also, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys feel about like? I'd never done this. I never left my car running out, and I would never leave my fucking kid. In the
Yeah,
car
with my
either.
kid in it, not happening.
No.
Not a
Wait.
fucking chance.
Without my kid, I'll leave that thing running every day because your insurance claim is going to be higher than what your car's actual value is. I know that for a fact. So
Oh.
let that bitch run. If you don't have a kid in the car, let it run with the keys in the ignition. You might be out of a car for like a month, maybe 30 days, but whatever. You get more money than what you're going to get for it.
See, the car, I have a Jeep, and it's a 2019, and so it's got like the key fob, so I could leave the
All
car
right.
running. I
All
could
right,
walk out.
Donald Trump, chill.
Yeah,
Don't have to throw
seriously.
the 19
Dude, it's a-
with it, you know what I mean?
It's a compass, okay? It's like, believe me, it's not. Every time I see a Cherokee or Grand Cherokee, I'm like,
I
oh,
love
piece
a
of
Jeep
shit.
Grand Cherokee. I love a Jeep
This-
Grand Cherokee.
Sick.
But
Yeah,
I have
good car.
But I can leave. I can lock it, right? Keep the key
the
fob in my
fob?
pocket, and
And
then
lock- yeah.
keep it running. And then if I get too far away from the car, it shuts off.
Nice.
So if
So,
somebody
hold on.
smashed a window, try to jump in, try to take it down the street, they're not getting super far with it.
Yeah.
But still, I don't leave the kid in there. You know, like
Oh,
that's still a
fuck
dicey
no.
move.
That's dude. I hate when I can't like see my daughter at all times. Like fucking Christ.
I don't have a kid, so I can't speculate with you three, but I have seen a million times. We all of us we get Philadelphia news, right? So you see this all the time where they hijack a car, the kid in the back.
The kid
I
or
will
a
say that
dog or something.
I will say this about Philadelphia. 99% of the time, the guy ends up jumping out of the car, leaving the kid, and is like, that's not what I meant
More
to
than
do. I didn't
more
know that.
than I bit off more than I could chew right here.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
not what I meant to do. This thing was not involved. I got to get the fuck out of this car.
Yeah, that's because if you have 1% of a soul, you know what I mean? You're gonna leave.
Just the
You're gonna be like,
tiniest
oh,
bit.
man, I'm not trying to steal a kid.
100%.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
And when you go to jail for stealing a kid, it's not going to go well for you.
fuck
Not going to
no.
go well.
nor
I
should
agree.
it.
Allegedly
Nor
might-
fucking should it.
I allegedly might have seen some shit that I know.
God damn. So okay, let's keep it moving then. All right. So Steve, I'm gonna go back to you with incredibly incredible. What do you got?
Tug, this is so we're going to Sardinia. We're going Italy, right? We're going Italy for some of
Okay.
those real hardcore Italian. Italy, right?
Yeah.
We got a guy. His name happens to dog. I can't stop laughing at this fucking retard. I'm not even gonna. This Diego Cardona decides that he's gonna break out of a prison. We're going back to jail again with me in jails, right? So we're going back to jail again. He decides he's gonna break out of a prison. Uses a bed sheet. Clear as day on video. drops down the bed sheet, right? Walks down 2 stories out of wall, drops to the ground, runs across this little paved road for the cars. Not a short distance, 20 yards to the wall, gets to the wall, jumps the wall, disappears into a small town called Noro, right? So again, the Italian authorities decide to blame it all on short staffing, which I understand. They said usually it's supposed to be 180 people that run this prison. There's only 50 guards in this prison. It's a fucking mess. There was a 2-hour span where they didn't know he was gone. By the time they found out he was gone, you can't even figure out what happened, right? The best part of this is this fucking wop. This guinea has a velour tracksuit on when he drops off the wall and runs across the yard and disappears into this town. This is my favorite human on earth. I can't tell you how much and how excited I was to see this video. It was almost as exciting as seeing that asshole turn sideways and go nose to cheek, chin to cheek, and put his tongue in that bitch's asshole in the back alleys of that weird.
I'm still thinking about that. I'm still thinking like,
dog,
why? No one ever looks so uncomfortable.
You can't find a director that would write this more beautifully in the video footage or the surveillance footage of a guy. First off, I don't know what happens in Italian prisons, but I don't know how you get a velour jumpsuit.
Yeah, that's what my question was.
That's issue. That's the standard issue.
That's the uniform.
That's the uniform.
Yo, it's so funny. Wait till you see him try. Yeah, there it is, Matt.
Oh, hell yeah. Here we go.
Wait till you see the outfit. I'm pretty sure he has feelers on, too.
All right, here we go. You seeing this?
Yeah, here he comes.
39-year-old mafia boss, by the way.
Bed sheets. Oh, hard landing.
You may.
But he go, look at the suit. Look at the outfit.
Yo!
Come on, man. So
he just blended right in. They never found him again.
Oh, he's still out there. They're trying to have a big manhunt for him, blah, blah, blah. But the big difference is, so apparently if you
can't find him amongst all the tracksuits.
That's what I mean. He had the perfect plan. He just blended right in.
So here's where people need to pay attention and listen. Last week, the dickhead
sheepskin
wore with no sheep on the property. This guy wore the most indicative outfit of his culture you possibly can and just disappear.
He blends right in, man. You're right. Lasmeeshma is right. Yeah,
shout out to
the greatest disguise ever.
Boss, though. Like
greatest disguise ever. Not boss. Don't put boss on. He's probably a lower level. He's not a boss.
I mean, that's just what it said on the thing. It's
that's for clickbait. He's 39.
Gotcha.
Okay, I guarantee he went to his mom's house to get something to eat.
No, he went to
Gumas.
He went to his
Gumas to get pussy first.
He went to a bocce club and disappeared into a sea of tracksuits.
He was never seen again.
You're so right.
100%.
You'll never find him. Oh,
never.
My God. We were tracking him. Then he went to the bocce club.
Next thing you know, there's enough velour to cover the world.
Oh my God, dude, that is so fucking true. It's like 10 episodes of Sopranos.
Crushed in 3 seconds.
Dude, that's
what a stud.
Good. I'll tell you, I love a good game of botch though. Botch is a good time.
I will say
underrated.
On the beach, even better.
Oh, so good.
Down the shore, say less. But shout out the town of Noro for being the second he got over that gate. They were like, they knew. They were like, come here, buddy, come here, come over here, because it's been a week and a half, and they have. You want some gabo?
Yeah, fucking.
Still haven't found him. So shout out him.
Shout out this dude. Still
haven't found out the velour.
Dude, he might be out of the country warrior by now. If
he could be in New York at this point.
Fucking A, man. Yeah, he could be banging Carmela Soprano for all.
He's in South Philly making me a fucking Italian hoagie.
Yeah, he's working at Angelo's.
Nice. Yeah, that's not funny.
So, man, that was pretty fucking good, Steve. Liam, what do you got for incredibly incredible?
So I'm gonna stick with cars as the resident expert.
Love it.
Ford is working on cars that can repossess themselves and drive away if you miss your payment.
Jesus Christ.
Off.
Whoa.
Alternatively, if the car, like if the cost of the repossession would be more than what the car is worth, it can drive the car to a fucking a junkyard.
Just sell the
Yeah.
Wow.
They applied for this patent back in August 21, but it's starting to pick up steam now because obviously, they have these self-driving cars and everything. It's more more common now.
Yeah.
So the network, like, kind of like, as long as your car is on some kind of network, it will like alert the police and the repo agency and like the, whoever finances your car all at the same time. And once they alert them that you're delinquent, the car will like drive itself to like a place where it would be easier for a tow truck to come get it or something. So I don't think it will take it like the whole way, but it's still kind of crazy. It will like lock you out. Like it will disable all the locking mechanisms. Like you can't get in there anymore or anything. And it'll remove the car from your house if you don't make your fucking payments.
Did you say Ford? It's Ford.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ford has.
Now again, when I step in with this is up my alley. Ford, the greatest car company that the world's ever seen, right? Developed the Model T, developed the Model T, really showed how to like engineer a car and build it quickly in the 30s. Everyone copied their style from jump, right? The OGs.
Change the world as
Change
far
the game.
as
Change the
concerned
world
with the
100%.
assembly line. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. And also with like, it's still to this day, they're in their trucks are the best, blah, blah, blah. Snitches get stitches. Fuck you, Ford, you fucking corny pussies, yo. This is the fucking corniest shit I've ever heard. I would immediately tell the salesman, I will only buy a Ford if it doesn't have that gay ass snitch mechanism in it that tells on me. What's it next gonna do? Be like, Steve had 2 drinks today. He's under 0.08, but follow him.
They already got that.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's
so,
fucking.
So you want to hear the craziest part? They're trying to like get it to like read your biometrics, because one of the issues they're having is like, what if it's in case of emergency? Like you didn't pay your thing, but you're having a heart attack at the same time. Yeah, so it would let you enter your car. You'd be able to get yourself to the hospital or to like out of an emergency. But then after that, then they would still take then they would still take your car from you. Or it would take you to like an ambulance or something.
Damn, bro.
Is it just me? Is it just me that senses a little overstep here? Like when Google bought whatever the thing was when you shot a loogie into the cup and sent it in for your DNA or whatever the fuck it was, didn't they get 23andMe or Ancestry? Ancestry. They got Google
owns that now?
No, bought one of them. I think it was Ancestry, right? Bought that one and said the reason why we're doing it is because we want to be able to develop how to save people's lives and put all this data together and find out what like hereditary diseases are, this, that, the other thing, and we're gonna help you guys.
Yeah,
sounds a little fugazi to me.
Yeah, they just want to sell the data for profit.
Yeah, yes. Which
I'm sure Ford would do the exact same thing.
Ford is absolutely doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
I wonder if the insurance would be like on a self-driving car.
Well, after what happened to Tesla, probably not great right now.
I mean, eventually driving a car is going to be like riding a horse. It's going to be like a luxury thing or a sport thing that's done. You know what I mean? Like eventually
only the real ones will hold on to a gas motor with stick shift.
Like eventually if you're going to have like, it's going to be Uber, you're going to own an Uber fleet, right?
Yes.
You're going to have an Uber fleet of self-driving cars where you like every day you buy a car, you send them out and you're in charge of ensuring and maintaining them. All the cars will have cameras in them and GPS, and you'll be able to monitor all the bullshit, and that'll be your fucking job. And like Enterprise or something is going to have 100,000 of or whatever. Tesla's gonna have 1 million of them, and your job is gonna be to sit at a computer and just follow these cars and make sure everything like that's just where it's going, I think. And it'll be easy to insure because it'll all fall under a company policy.
So I hear you. You know why it's not gonna go that way? Because there's not enough fucking lithium to be mined and cobalt to make all those things.
Oh, really?
Google it. There's a huge thing where all these guys keep laughing. The same thing with like the you ever see like the Jordan where they say the water's going to rise, and he's like, how come in every single shore town there's nothing in the insurance policy that says if the water does rise at some point and you're in a 30-40 year loan that, you know, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, they cover everything on this planet. Same thing. Every guy in the industry knows that there's the physical part of them saying like 0 emissions in California by 2035. That's absolutely mathematically impossible. Not like they already know this. So then they'll just push the goal line back. But it's because that's not true. Like there's the only spot we get lithium at this point is we're having it mined out of the Congo, right? So it's a terrible thing. Like there's been a dumb bunch of shit out of that, but there's no like end game to that.
100%. Can they recover it after? Like, can they recycle it?
Nope.
Nah, once it's done, it's done.
Once a lithium battery's dead,
All
you
right.
have to stick it and bury it in the earth and hope that it doesn't leak all over the fucking earth.
Fuck.
You tree hugging weirdos. Anyway, I didn't mean to go on. It's
All
rant.
right, damn. All right,
Please buy an electric car though, so I can quit my fucking job and do something else because I hate my life.
Hey man,
He's
if
lying.
I could, I'd love to buy it. I would love to buy a Tesla. I would love to.
So
but-
what, you sit at Wawa every night like the dickheads I see so they can charge it for 5 hours? Because if I fall asleep and I don't put gas in my car, I might have to get a can and have my buddy drive it, and I'll drive it in 10 minutes. If I forget to charge my car, I have to wait 4 hours before I can jump in it and fucking drive to work.
It takes
Well, don't
that
they have
long?
to put it on a flatbed?
Oh.
Like, if you die on the middle of the road, like
Oh, yeah,
nobody can
flatbed.
walk up with a can
Flatbed.
of kilowatts or something. Like,
Nope.
they have to. Your battery's all the way dead, so they got to put it on a flatbed, and then they got to replace the battery. Correct?
Well, the reason they flatbed it is because it has that mechanism where the electricity, if you've ever been in any type of Tesla, when you let go of the gas pedal, it almost feels like someone's hitting the brake on you.
Yeah,
That helps recharge the actual lithium battery, right? That electricity, it draws out of the brakes, pressing against the rotors. That friction and energy, it regenerates. It'll show you, like, every time you hit the brakes in an all-electric car, it'll show you that it's regenerating the battery as you hit the brakes, right? So when that's not there, so if you try to tow one, it's just going to drag and fucking be terrible. So you have to put it on a flatbed. It's almost like an all-wheel drive car. You can't, or something like that. You can't, you have to put it on a flatbed. You can't do the
And
hook and drag it.
they can't just charge it on the side of the road, right? Like, if you're dead
Absolutely
on the side of the road, you're only getting towed away. Like,
Only getting flatbedded.
Yeah,
Absolutely correct.
Whoa,
That's my issue with it. That's why until
100%.
they fix that issue, I don't think I want any parts of it, dude. I ain't got money to be getting towed and shit and all that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's too much.
That's what the guy said. He goes, the day I'll buy a electric car, the day I can wake up and I forgot I didn't charge it, that it takes me 15 minutes to turn it on and at least get to work like a cell phone. When that happens, I'll get one.
Agreed.
Damn. All right, so let's keep it moving then. Lasmeeshma, I'm going to go back to you for sports and speds. What do you got for sports and speds?
Two all-time greats in the sports world are coming together. Ric Flair will be the face of cannabis products for erectile dysfunction from Mike Tyson's weed company.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Tyson and Flair were seen hanging out. They were smoking blunts outside of a weed conference in Chicago. Yeah, the fucking nature boy. He was hanging out with Tyson, Charlie Sheen, this guy Bun B.
The nature boy.
Yeah, so he was like advocating all this stuff on a something called Busted Open Radio. I don't know if you know what that is.
It's
Matt.
a wrestling podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he kind of like announced like, so they're gonna have weed stuff for erectile dysfunction, and the poster child's gonna be me. Woo!
Dude.
Hell yeah.
And then they were kind of wondering like, why is Ric Flair and Mike Tyson like hanging out all? You know what I mean? And that's because they got this.
Because legends have to
going
hang around legends.
Yeah,
Now,
game.
My bigger question might be, why is Charlie Sheen involved with those two savages? But it's probably going to go downhill from there because Charlie fucks. He got the blood tiger.
I think Charlie was just hanging out. It just says this is
Charlie fucks.
Tyson and Flair are like business partners. It just said Charlie Sheen was like hanging with them.
I think Steve is correct. Charlie is definitely fucking. Let's
100%.
Dude, that's incredible. Dude, I mean, dude, that thing's just gonna sell on
everything.
I'll
buy it right now.
Yeah, it's just gonna sell on the celebrity endorsements alone.
Dog,
you know what I mean?
This is gonna sound real terrible, but I'm gonna be honest. If they were selling the poo in a crack vial and it was Ric Flair, Mike Tyson poo, I might take a sniff.
You know what they should call this? You know what they should call this?
I'll take a sniff of greatness.
You know what they should call it? They should call it Woo Chew instead of Blue Chew. Woo Chew. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that works.
Pretty good marketing, Maddie.
I'm a
marketing.
fucking genius.
I'm with that.
Damn.
I'm with that. I'd buy it.
That's pretty fucking gangster. Nice. And it'll be a cannabinoid, Liam?
Yeah, it said it'll be like hold on, I have it right here. Yeah. So it'll be like a cannabinoid or CBD
Yeah.
So it may not include the THC, but that's what they're using for.
Yeah, so no psychoactive, but enough to make you dick like you piss Findel real strong.
Damn, they're doing some crazy shit with fucking weed if they're getting your dick going, baby.
So
What are you talking about?
Always
Made my dick fantastic.
Like,
I mean,
so here's my question.
I really wouldn't know.
What? Dude,
It's always been around.
What haven't they said like weed can do?
Right.
Now, is this
everything?
Now is this everybody just like wants to blaze and they're just saying like it can do this, 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 and this, or can it actually do those things? You know what I mean?
Who cares? I'm with Bern. Who cares?
Yeah, I honestly don't care. I'm
Right?
just curious. Does it actually do all those things, or is it just like?
Well, they do know there's proven results with CBD, but like the rest of this might be a little wild because obviously it's an anti-inflammatory, helps with like the inflammatory of the body, blah blah blah. But,
and they've also, I mean, to be fair, they've also been allowed to research CBD for way longer. Than they've been able to research THC, so they're way ahead of like.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's only. I mean,
you ain't getting no grant from the government for THC. Yeah. That's part of the drug war, cuz.
Yeah,
oh, for real?
But they've been researching like all the other chemicals that come from it for years and years and years.
CBD, yes. The non-psychoactive side.
Yeah, for the record, I'm not against any of it. Like, I think everything like on planet Earth should be legal, like including weed. You know,
except for what humans make. I just want the natural shit.
You down with CBD? Yeah, you know me. All right.
Shout out Portugal, by the way. They completely decriminalized all drugs a few years ago.
That's awesome.
And their addiction rates and overdose rates plummeted.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Of course, because they also set up like those sites, or if you want to do drugs, there will be a literal doctor there to be like, hey, that's too much. You can't do that.
And,
you can't do that.
And if it's legal and you can just go get it, dude, they're not getting all that junk that's in it, like fentanyl and fucking trank dope.
Sure. You know what you're getting.
Fentanyl's
and how much.
The fucking killer.
Well, and the funny thing is with Portugal, you know, fentanyl was not a major factor in them doing this. I think they did it 6 or 7 years ago, but now they're one of the countries that has the lowest amount of fentanyl deaths because they already have an infrastructure of people being able to do their stuff, being able to use. They treat it like a public health issue.
Yeah.
And so they're not having a whole bunch of junk in their junk, you know,
that's the fucker right there.
And Portugal is also the only holdout on the island of Spain that doesn't allow you to fuck farm animals. So shout out Portugal.
Shout out.
Yeah, good for them.
So holding tight.
Really coming up, Portugal. Really coming up.
All right, nice. That was good. Fucking hell yeah, Liam. Good shit. Strong Sam, what do you got for sports and speds?
So I was torn between this. I already had another one already set up, but I just had to go off this one, right? There's another youth wrestling experience this weekend.
Love it.
I had another thing that was like a fucking national topic, but this one its own. So I go to a what they call a PJW qualifier, right? The Pennsylvania Junior Wrestling State Tournament qualifier. Big deal when you're a young bull, right? So this qualifier, they used to do it in Norristown when they literally been doing this since I was a little kid. I wrestled in this, right? So they do it at the Exton Mall. I never knew where the fuck Exton was. I always get Exton and Exeter confused. One's like north up 422. The other one's out Westchester.
Me. The other one's by Westchester.
Yes. So
I don't know where either of them are.
I know. I'm so confused, right? But I only know it because of wrestling, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to the one by Westchester, which is fucking the Exton Mall is one. It makes the Montgomery Mall look like King of Prussia Mall. I don't know how many people get that reference, but it's the most depressing place I've ever been at this point. The only thing that was open was one pizzeria whose pizzas suck dick, Hot Topic, Macy's, and those center like piercing pagodas in the middle. That's one Indian bull owns 6 of them. So every time you stop at it, he's got to run down to like help you out because like he's running 6 at one time.
If you fall asleep on the R5 going west, like that's the only reason you should ever find yourself in Exton.
I can't believe this is a fucking mall, right? This is the most depressing giant building I've ever been in. So what they do is they clear out like basically a J.C. Penney's and they throw down some mats. And we got 2 levels. We got 4 mats on the bottom. You're clearly in a department store that removed. There's pillars in the middle of them. Like if a kid comes off the mat in a double A, he's gonna smash into this big brick wall. And then upstairs, because they're not built for, I don't know, 1,000 wrestlers. The fucking heat in there with no ventilation. If you had So they have 4 mats downstairs, 2 upstairs. They had to break it down to 1 mat upstairs because, ready for this, they had box fans. How funny is that? Just like that fucking video with the Britney Spears and the box fan in the corner. They only had box fans upstairs. It was no joke. Again, I'm not going to exaggerate with this. It had to be fucking 90 degrees upstairs. Oof. 90 fucking degrees. It was
and just stale too. Like
so
just stale
fucking
air.
hot. It was insane, right? So anyway, I get there bright and early because there's 2 weights. They start with the young bulls in the morning, and then they go to the older guys at the afternoon. So I have 2 young bulls there. I go for the young bulls. One happens to be related to me. Shout out young Evan. He took a second at the PJWs, and we'll be going out for the state tournament. Blah, blah. Young cousin, keeping it real, has the bloodline going,
Good
right?
for him.
Yes. So right before I go to coach him, a bunch of guys there. Now everyone's our age. They have kids and shit. So they all run the youth programs, guys I wrestled with in high school. I've seen through all the years, blah, blah. I get told by this one little fat dorky ref who looks like a troll that lives under a bridge. Love this guy. He's not a bad person. He smells like dog shit. Clearly doesn't wear deodorant. Don't know how much he showers. Is fucking disgusting. Also a terrible ref, right? But everybody hates him.
But Steve loves him.
Yeah.
So I try to be nice
awesome.
to him. But I try to be nice to him because this guy's life must suck. Everyone hates him, right? So I'm the only guy that's nice to him. So when he sees me, he makes a beeline every tournament we go to for me. Now my kids, it's a joke. My wrestlers even say it. They're like, "There's your boy, Coach Steve." I'm like, "Shut up, you fucks. Don't be mean. Be nice to him, right? No one's nice to him. Be nice to him." So he comes up, he starts talking to me, tells me, "This is 11:55. The tournament was supposed to start at noon." I already threw a man out on my second match because he came onto the mat after the match was over, and he 2-hand pushed me to my knees from behind.
Damn.
And I was like, first off, I could probably sneeze and knock this fucking weird fatso over, but whatever. This guy tells me, I'm trying to visualize what happened. I'm just trying to be nice. I went, "Oh my God, why would they do that? What coach was it?" And they just described the school. He says the school's name. I'm not going to blow it up like that. Describes the school's name. Fuck that. It was Methacton. Says it was Methacton, right? So there's one of the youth, and I know a bunch of the youth coaches there. Fuck you, Methacton. I hope one of them listens. You guys act like jerk offs. You really do.
Fans of the show, listeners of the show.
I hope so. You act like jerk offs. So next tournament you see me, say something. They're out there. They're acting like assholes. I'm trying to figure out which coach did it, right? Later on in it, I see a certain wrestler wrestling whose father's one of the coaches. I'm like, "Where's his pops at?" Blah, blah, blah. I see everybody else. He's a tough kid, loses in the finals. And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" I kept walking out into the mall to get some fresh air because I'm literally dying in this sauna. I come out and I realize that there's a certain guy I know personally that wrestled with me in high school. He's out there going through FaceTime with people to watch matches. And when I saw that, I went, "Wait, you pushed the fat bull?" And he looked at me and goes, "I didn't push him. Well, I'm just trying to grab his back to let him know. I wanted to ask him." I started dying laughing. I said, "Cuz, you ain't push him in front of your son, did you?" "Yeah, I didn't push him. I didn't do it." It doesn't matter, though. You got thrown out in front of all your kids. Listen, amongst my friends who are wild bulls, I'm a wild bull. I've never, ever, ever been removed from a youth event or a high school event or any type of event ever. Because there's a standard you have to hold little boys to, right? You got to become men. There's a certain standard that I have to show them. Amongst my friends, I'll act like a fucking complete asshole. Mm-hmm. With them, there's a standard, right, Matt? You fucking coach boxing, you know.
Agreed.
There's a standard you have to show some of these. There's that at least
win or lose, you can't be a fucking animal.
Joe, we gotta be men. You can go do whatever you want in the locker room, in the hallway.
Yeah, that shit, that's fine. You can blow up. You can have
in front of everybody we don't know. No, you represent us. Mm-hmm. We're fucking men.
But that's part of like when you're on the mat as well. Like we used to call it dead brain. Wit would have dead brain because you have the same face. You don't show anything. All that
no emotion.
Yeah, you can't show any of that. That's impossible. Like you have to learn to. It's extremely hard. But you have to learn to control that. But that's also comes with you off the mat as well. I agree.
100%. Right. So I see who it is. It makes sense. I'll tell you off air. It makes sense who this fucking idiot was. And I was just like, you know what? I'm like, he is the dude. Again, that's the rep you would push. Because if you or anyone else was the ref, you ain't pushing them because never mind. But fuck you. I hope someone from that youth organization hears me on this thing. I don't know how many people it reaches. Maybe 8 or 9. If you know somebody that knows somebody whose kid wrestles for that organization, make sure they listen and hear me talk shit on them.
Steve, I do want to ask you this. When we were kids, one of the big issues was especially dads taking it out on the kids.
Yep.
Right? Like
is that the most present?
Damn. Is that still happening? Because there were some times like
all the time, Matt.
Dude,
that hasn't changed a bit.
That was
the weird flex in society has not affected wrestling. I see dads grab little kids by the back, and that's a kid and his dad. Like, again, outside of him punching that kid, you can't step in. That's a dad and his son. But like, I feel like being like, cuz, like, let him. He's already crying. He's already so upset. Like, why are you doing that? But I can't. You can't. That's not your spot. It's not your position.
It is like, it's jarring.
Youth wrestling's tough, man.
It's jarring too, like, to see like how many times have you been with like a buddy after a match, even after like the whole upset and everything's done, and like they taken the dad away to cool off, like the other dads took him away to cool off, and then he finally like finds you guys,
him,
and you're in a locker room, and then he just like grabs him and drags him,
hugs him.
Oh man!
And you thought it was over? It ain't over,
dude. It's like, what do you got, Bern?
No, it's funny too, because even like I remember being in like grade school, middle school. There's a kid I went to school with, good athlete, like one of the better kids. Like you're playing football on the playground, you're like, let me get him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Play basketball.
Yeah.
But his dad was a psycho. And like his dad's a big dude, like 6'4", kind of built. But they lived on a farm in this place called Hunlock Creek, which is like it's what we make fun of as the Boonies.
So they were they were
like,
extra strong, right? They were extra strong, Bern. Extra strong.
But this dude
farm boys extra strong.
Yeah, but we'd play like, a fifth grade basketball game. The final score would be 26-23. He'd have 7 points, and his dad would be chewing him out about the free throws he missed. Then he would go home. He'd put ankle weights on. His dad would make him run around the farm. And like by the time and then he left our school, he went to another school. Then in high school, he went somewhere else. You know what I mean? He just kind of bounced around. I started playing ball against him at like 11th grade, being like, what happened to you, man? Like when we were like 4th, 5th grade, like you were an incredible athlete. And now you're like just kind of shot.
Burned
out.
You're
still playing and was still able to like, still able to do enough to be out on the floor and like not be terrible. But it was like, oh man, I thought you were going to be way better than this. And it's just, you're fucking running around your farm because you missed a couple free throws on an 8-foot rim. Like, are you serious, man?
This is why I tell all these idiot fucking dads that come up to me and tell me that this kid who's 9 years old, a 2-time state champ, and he's this and that. I'm like, cuz, don't say that anymore. Wait till there's no counting until he gets to high school, when guys have testosterone and start to grow up and get muscles, and this little kid shit doesn't matter. You know how many great athletes I've seen as little kids that don't ever turn into great?
End up being 5'4"
all the time.
When you're like, he was the tallest kid in his 3rd grade class, and then he just
now he's the
just
smallest.
Didn't grow. You know what I'm talking about, Matt.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey, 5. What are you? 5'10"?
Wait, I'm 5'11", and everybody knows it. So speaking of being 5'11", we are coming towards the top of time. But before we get out of here, Bern Podcasy, the bad boy Bern Podcasy, what do you got to say to the fanatics before we roll out of here?
Guys, it's March. Okay, it's the greatest month of the year. It's when we say goodbye to winter. We enter in spring. It's a great month for wrestling. It is the greatest month for college basketball. All of the serious winter sports are culminating right now.
Villanova's not going to make the tournament.
Not unless they fucking win the Big East tournament, but
they make the finals. They'll be all right.
But they are playing better.
They are.
We got St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
The High Holy Day right there in the middle.
Yeah.
The Ides of March. Don't fuck around if you're Julius Caesar. Like it is. And my birthday's at the end of the month. But but that's the least important part of March. And I'll tell you this. And here's what
you're
I do.
What, 29? You're 29.
Exactly. Yeah. 29 3/4.
Hell yeah.
But I do this every year and it works like a charm. So I send my wife flowers on the first day of March Madness, and I send them to her work because since we've met, I've said to her,
friends say them,
and I consider this to be one of my top 3 holidays of the year. That Thursday afternoon, the Thursday Friday, where they kick out, they start playing games at 11:30, and they play 15 games.
Yeah.
So, fellas, if you wanna, you got to treat it like a holiday. If you want it to be respected like a holiday, that means you send your wife some flowers, you send her to her job, so all the biddies can chirp about it. And I'm just excited, man. That's my favorite month. I love it. I'm super stoked. I hope Nova keeps rolling. Got to go deep at the MSG, but Ken Palm has them ranked like 41. So I know who they are.
Well, they just got what's his name back, so they played fantastic since he came back. They've been playing fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. That's all.
Beat Creighton.
Yeah, beat Creighton. Beat Marquette.
Yeah, Marquette last night. I watched it. That was the weirdest end of a game either, with all the fucking fouls. That was so strange. So stupid.
Took forever. So yeah, not much, man. Just March. I'm just happy we're in March, man. Just love me some March.
Interesting. All right, very good. Strong stem. What do you got before we get out of here?
Listen, I'm about to completely shit on Bern. If you guys want to watch what real men do and not this corny ass fucking sport where if I bump my hip into you, you get a foul. If you want to see guys that could kill you, March Madness is about to bump off. Big Tens are this weekend. You're about to see the wildest shit ever. And when I build this up, it's because my young bulls, the youngest of youngs, right? We got 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th graders going for the ICWL tournament this weekend. Can be at your Sinus College, which is dope. Young bulls get to be in a field house, 8 mats, huge atmosphere. And I think it's in this district or this regional, I think it's like 32 youth programs that get to go here. And this is their end of the season. This is their end of the season thing. Just to like really bring your team in there, right? So we got a couple young bulls that are savages and I think can do really well in this. Everybody's signed up. I think I have 19 kids in this tournament, but we don't be fooled by North Penn's shitty results lately. We coming back. Here it comes like a herd of turtles. Me on the way. So shout out young bulls out there ready to get busy at your Sinus College and hopefully win some fucking, big medals.
Love
Wrestling time. Matt Madness. They call it March Matt Madness.
We can listen. We can all enjoy it. We can all enjoy it.
True.
Sure.
Very true. Very, very true. Very nice. All right. Lasmeeshma, what do you got before we get it?
Pretty excited. I'm actually kind of surprised Steve didn't mention this weekend on the 4th.
Johnny
Jones.
Bones!
Yep.
Johnny
Jones is fighting
Bones!
again. I'm pretty
The
stoked for
GOAT
that.
is back.
Yeah.
How long? Where?
3 years.
What's this?
3 years.
Say right. We got to be over
Hiatus.
2 years.
3 years hiatus.
Damn.
About to destroy Serial Gone.
Yep.
Is this
excited for
just
What's the
like a
prediction? What's the
tune-up
prediction?
fight coming back, you'd say, Steve?
No.
Tune up? Oh my God. Absolutely not. This is the outside of Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
This is the best heavyweight the world's ever seen.
Damn. That's
Yeah,
saying
so
something.
So John Jones is in for a very, very deep fight. Like when
Isn't
I
there
Is
say
he
fight for
better
the title?
than
He's
Stiape?
I was saying he's fighting for the title, right?
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Title fight.
Yep, of course.
Damn.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Damn.
Francis Ngannou, his main artillery or what I should say his expertise is kickboxing. So it's not like he's so what John's gonna go do is he actually out wrestled DC before, who was an Olympic wrestler, almost an Olympic medalist, but didn't make weight. Blah blah blah. 2-time Olympian, and he out wrestled him. So John and Francis Ngannou out wrestled Serial Gone. So Serial Gone's wrestling and grappling is the worst. So if you don't think the big thing about John Jones, he has the highest IQ of any fighter that's ever existed. Whenever he fights someone, he just morphs into whatever you don't do well. He figures it out real quick, and he's good enough at it that he'll beat you at it, and he'll do it real quick. So my prediction is he wrestles him and beats the dog shit out of him. Probably
I can't wait to watch it, dude. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Shevchenko in there too. See the undercard.
Saturday night?
Shevchenko about to kill some broad.
So Steve, can you kind of just fill in the people that don't know? So this Cyril Gane guy, he lost to Ngannou.
Yes,
right.
but he's beating the shit out of everybody.
Mhm.
He's beating like Derek Lewis and
Very good
Volkov
guys.
and
Very good guys.
Junior. Like he's got a great resume. And
Oh,
then he
incredible.
knocked out Tuivasa, right?
Yes, Ty. I mean, Serial Gone is so serious. It's insane how good, and he's also every bit of 265. Like
Mhm.
there's no when I say that with an 8-pack, like he has a full blown ab setup, and he's fucking.
Yeah, I just saw this
200
guy the other day. He was
Serial
terrifying.
Gone's no joke, and his powers in his hands, which again John doesn't mind to mix it up, but his Ngannou, another just striker, was able to out wrestle him. Both of them have no wrestling, and that's how he beat him. He beat him because he wrestled him. Because a lot of people thought Cyril Gane would knock out Francis Ngannou because technically his hands are much better. Like his boxing is much crisper. His kickboxing, everything else, which not obviously Ngannou just has the power of God. But they're pretty sure John Jones is going to come out and wrestle the fuck out of him because he took down DC. Are you fucking kidding me? He's the best wrestler ever been in the fucking octagon.
So Steve, then, and you're saying this fight is for
The intern title.
So why is there an interim title?
The reason this happened is because Francis Ngannou couldn't come to a contract. He wants to fight maybe Deontay Wilder.
That's right.
Make
That's
$1 billion.
right.
So he was the heavyweight champion of the world, and he decided that when they came to contract, they wanted him to fight John Jones, which would be the biggest
Okay.
fight in the world. And John and both of them were like, you owe us 20 mil each because you're going to make 500 million on this.
Yeah.
And Dana said, suck my dick. And they both went, oh, no. Suck our dicks, you fucking weirdo. So Ngannou was released. So he can
Why
fight
wouldn't he
somebody.
just give him the money? So they
I know.
Dude, what the fuck?
That's the fight the world wants, right?
Yes. That's the number one fight of the two.
Welcome
biggest...
to Mayweather Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Like, welcome to stringing that along for like 5 years past when it's because everyone was trying to get that cash grab.
Agreed. But those two would be I don't even know how to put this, the most dominant humans that walk the planet. 'Cause you're talking about heavyweight. Yeah. So like you could be the greatest pound for pound guy at 175. Right. You're not touching this guy.
You can run a nation at 240.
Yeah. So no, I agree. I mean, Bern, you're 100% right. Let's hope this doesn't turn into a Pacquiao Mayweather scenario.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. They are. I mean, it is kind of souping up to be like so. The storyline with Ali, Ali, Frazier, Foreman, like that trio was Ali was so Jones was kicked out of fighting and then wasn't allowed to fight for years. Is considered the greatest. And in that time, Ngannou, the workman's title, has beaten everybody and is seemingly unbeatable, right? And then now, like, if Bones comes back and he fights Ngannou eventually, who will win? And then is there going to be a third guy that comes in that plays the Foreman role? Right? I don't know. This could be, it could get interesting if they do it right. But speaking of being interesting and doing it right, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Strong Stem Steve Cabot, Lasmeeshma, Liam Reese, and the bad boy Benoit Podcasy, Bern Podcasy. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working Peep Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. Thanks. See ya. And we're out. Yep. Go ahead. So, Mandalorian came out today. I haven't watched it yet.
Nor have I.
None of us have watched it.
I'm rewatching all the previous Mandalorians and the Book of Boba Fett. Right,
bro. They have it set up on the app. They have it set up to catch up on the Mandalorian. All the relevant Boba Fett. It's all in order. Like you can watch you can watch the Mandalorian episodes, and then right when the season 2 finale after that, then it lines up the 3 Boba Fett episodes that you need to watch to be caught up for season 3.
Dude, now I'm I love when they do that.
God damn Disney. Thanks for making it so user friendly.
Dude, how about it? Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, ever since fucking god damn it. What was the most recent show?
Oh, Ghost Dad.
No, ever since
Andor.
Ever since fucking Andor, like the Mandalorian has set the tone for what these shows are supposed to be, and they've nailed it every fucking time.
Yeah, Star Wars is doing it right now.
The first 2 seasons were incredible of Mandalorian. I really liked the Book of Boba Fett. Then we had Obi-Wan, that was really good. Obviously, Andor, I think, has been the best thing they've done, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Andor is it was so fucking good. Andor was so fucking good.
Spoiler alert, when he kills those 2 guards in the first episode, and you're like, and this is my hero. All right, let's go. Let's see.
That show got better and better and better and better every episode you watched. It was a masterpiece, dude. They knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, and it was what is it? 12 episodes, right? Which means it wasn't like the short gimmicks.
10 maybe? Like was it 12?
I think it was 12.
I think Andor had 12, yeah.
But also it's like there's so many times in that season that you could have been like, "Oh, well that's the end of the season, right?" No. They still had 3 more episodes. Like there was so many times
cuz Mando
so much
Mando's
stuff happened.
Been 8 episodes.
It was so good.
Each season. Boba Fett was 8. I think Obi-Wan was only 6.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Correct.
And here's another shout out to the video game, the Jedi Fallen Order sequel is coming out in March.
Ooh.
And
On what platform?
all of them, yeah. And it takes place. I loved the first game. It was really hard, but it was really fun. Takes place right around the time that the Obi-Wan show happens, and I saw it the first if you pre-order, you pre-order the
redheaded
game.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you pre-order the game, though, you get the blaster, the lightsaber, and the outfit Obi-Wan wore in the Obi-Wan show, which is suggesting maybe that there's a little crossover.
If somehow
or a little crossover with that dude Monahan into like the next season, but
if somehow they bring him into the universe and he acts in one of these shows, even if it's like for a cameo, just to like show that'll do it for me, man.
He's a great actor. Kid's a great actor.
I mean, I hope they do stuff with it. That there's a lot. There's a lot. I want to see the Acolyte. That looks like it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
But what's the Acolyte?
Oh, it's going to be about the other side of the Force.
Yeah, it's about
a Sith Lord.
It's a Sith Lord and an apprentice during a time when the Jedi don't even think they exist anymore.
Do we know? Is it like Darth Maul?
We have no details. We don't know any of the characters. We don't know anything, but we just know that
that our dicks are gonna get smacked.
Yeah, that portion of the timeline is like just a big question mark for like what the Sith were doing during that time. It's gonna be pretty cool, I think.
But anyway, I noticed that little DLC pre-order crossover in the new Jedi game, and I'm like, are we okay? It's right around the same time. Like, maybe they should bump into each other a little bit, you know?
That would be so cool, man.
Mingle
that would
it
be
up.
so cool.
Dude, I'll tell you, I just finished the second season of Mandalorian, and I had forgotten that how fucking incredible was it when those death robots? Well, no, in the second season of Mandalorian. Death robots are staring him down on the ship, and fucking, the
Gus Fring's talking shit.
Yeah, Gus Fring's talking shit, and all of a sudden an X-wing shows up, and fucking Luke just wrecks house. I was like, this is a fucking show. This is fucking cinema.
One X-wing. What's that gonna do,
dude?
Yeah.
Hold on to your butts, guys.
Absolutely.
Hold on to your butts.
And then he takes off the helmet. Come on. And then Sasha Banks is there with her sweet fucking back porch. I mean, come on.
Yep. Yeah.
I forgot. You're right. It was Book of Boba Fett was the Cobb Vanth, Cad Bane. Yeah.
So they're rumoring that the characters like Sabine Wren and all the people from Rebels could show up this season, which would be awesome because that's kind of hinting that would kind of go into what they're going to do with Ahsoka.
At the same time, like it would be later in the timeline though, because doesn't Rebels take place in between when the Galactic Republic falls and the Empire takes over before the rebellion?
Yes, that's when Rebels takes place, and at the end of Rebels, they go off to look for Ezra. But now it's many, many years later. Like Ahsoka is essentially going to be hooking up with these people again later on. So
also, don't fucking forget that Rosario Dawson is looking for Thrawn.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
She's
still looking for him, so that shit's still going on.
Thrawn. And Thrawn had a whole thing with the rebels too, right?
Dude, give me some Harrison Dula. Give me. So Maddie, Thrawn was so Star Wars did all these. There were all these Star Wars novels, right? That were considered part of the world.
They made a book out of this.
They made it. Timothy Zahn wrote a trilogy, like probably in the mid '90s, introducing the character. And then once they agreed that they were making all that stuff like Star Wars Legacy not part of the canon anymore, they found a way to bring that character back in Rebels. So they were like, well, no, we're not just going to, like, this guy's too good to not be part of the...
wasting Admiral
which gives you hope for some of the other characters that they haven't, like...
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mara Jade, I don't think we're getting Mara Jade, but man...
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Deal with some Mara Jade.
I would love to see them, like, shift back to an earlier part of the timeline and see like Revan or something, because that would be amazing. That would like put it over the top for me. But if
you want to read 3 great novels, read the Heir to the Empire trilogy by Timothy Zahn. It's when he's the guy who invented Thrawn and added him in. And I just remember reading these when I was in 7th grade, being like, so Star Wars can just keep being cool. Like there's more books and there's more comics, and I can just keep like
Dude,
enjoying this.
I have Marvel Unlimited, and I have Marvel Unlimited, and online they have like all these digital, like all
the
these
Vader
Star
stuff?
Wars, all the
Yeah.
Vader, the Darth Maul series, dude. Those comics are fucking awesome, dude. They're great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
How do you
so
spell air? Like air to the M.
HEIR.
Ah, that's right. Fuck, man. I gotta stop fucking.
Air to the M. Timothy Zahn is ZAHN. Is
Heir
how you spell
to
his name.
the Empire. Star
Empire.
Wars. Timothy Zahn.
Yep.
all right, yeah,
Yes.
it's 10 o'clock.
13
Let's
hours.
go watch it before.
Should we go check it out?
All right, fellas. Good
should.
shit tonight. Very good.